Today I want to talk about how to overcome and recover from your struggles. How to overcome, how to change your thinking and getting out of your limiting beliefs, okay? Or limiting circumstances. People believe there's all kinds of things preventing them from moving forward in life, preventing them from achieving good health and achieving their goals. And I want to share a personal story of what's happened to me in an attempt to show you what's possible and how to overcome that. So I wanted to talk to you about where I'm at today, and the fact that I've lost my strength. My ability to lift weights is almost completely gone. I can do maybe 20% of what I'm used to doing, and it's very frustrating indeed. And I find myself sitting there and worrying that I'm going to lose my muscle mass and I'm going to become skinny again. And although I have lost some muscle mass, I still have some muscle. So really it's just my mind playing tricks on me. And that's the biggest thing I want you to realize, is that our minds play tricks on us. And I was getting in my head about it because if I can't work out, I feel not as accomplished. But then I started to realize, if I'm lifting weights and I'm building myself up and I'm building muscle, that probably only means something if I do something with it. If I can become a bigger or a better individual through the process of building muscle. What kind of person am I? What will I contribute to the world? This is far more important than putting on muscle size and muscle mass. Because you can meet somebody in the gym who is probably the most ripped, biggest guy in the gym. And if you talk to him and he's an asshole, then what does it really matter how big he is? But if you talk to somebody who's ripped in the gym, who is kind and who has advice or has a lesson to impart on you, isn't that far more important than just somebody who is building muscle? So I realized that while it's important for me to build muscle for myself, it's also equally important that I build myself as a person, that I learn the things I need to learn. I become a new person because of it. I overcome my limiting beliefs as I'm going through this. So what happened to me is that I got COVID again, and I can always tell when I get COVID because of the way that I feel. It feels like darkness, hopelessness. It feels like such a dark thing that takes over, and I can tell because I remember feeling it. I've had it twice before. Now for me, I got over it in a day and a half, and through nutrition, through a plant-based diet, raw vegan, I was able to completely avoid the sickness that was about to follow. So I stopped it from spreading. I stopped it from making me any worse than just a day. On the second day I was much better, but on the first day I was just depressed, and I didn't have any sneezing, coughing. My lungs didn't hurt like the first time years ago. So yeah, it didn't last long, and I thought I had dodged a bullet, because for me, COVID affects my body very strongly. But the bigger problem is that we live on a planet of meat eaters, and as long as we continue to eat meat, the way that we cultivate and produce animals in animal agriculture is the perfect breeding ground for viruses and disease. That's where it came from. It didn't come from a lab in Wuhan. It came from us breeding animals. That's where most diseases come from. That's where most viruses start. So look into it if you look in the research. So I was fine. About a week later, I started to experience the after effects of the virus, and I know what that's like because I already went through this before. So I said, oh God, here we go again. So I tried to prepare myself, and I immediately I slowed down my pace. I did not allow any stress in my life. I stopped working out, and it's been about 2 weeks now that I haven't exercised, really. I've been trying to do what I can here and there. I don't push myself. I just have to ease back into it. According to the World Health Organization, about 15 in 100 people still has symptoms of COVID after a year. So that's a lot of people, but I have to learn to adapt and adjust, because I have to allow my nervous system to re-regulate itself. Because even though I wasn't as sick as I was the last time, I didn't actually have symptoms for very long, like a day and a half. My nervous system still went into fight or flight, and it gets stuck there. So my nervous system will literally create symptoms out of nothing. It's like a ghost or a phantom symptom, and it completely has sapped my energy. Like, I feel like something in my body is like I'm trying to recover, but it's not. It's just my brain, it's my nervous system. It's not real. So that's why I tell myself it's not real, but I don't have the energy to actually lift weights. So here's the solution. If you're going through this is any situation, well, specifically this situation with long COVID, with ME, CFS, chronic fatigue syndrome, all of these nervous system, chronic pain, all this stuff. What you have to do is you have to take it easy. You have to slow down. You can't just jump right back into your life, because that could really put you in a situation where you get set back like months. So if I push myself too hard, I could end up in bed for 30 days or more and not be able to move. That's how serious it is. So my body will just shut down. So I have to be really careful. So you have to adjust. You have to be willing to ease back into this, and slowly, listen to your body, take it slow. It's better to do a little bit, like maybe if you're exercising, maybe just do one set and then wait the next day and see how your body reacts, than to push through it, because you could end up putting yourself in a situation where you're not really recovering. Also, what helps for me is to retrain your nervous system, retrain your thinking. Let your brain and your body know that you are safe, that nothing is wrong. Reassure your body that you're safe, that nothing's wrong, that these symptoms aren't real, they're made up. So I constantly have to tell myself that. Like a little child, you have to do it. It's part of it, It's called brain retraining. You have to just reassure your nervous system. You have to reassure your nervous system that nothing's wrong and that you're going to be okay. And, so you can say things like, I am safe, I am safe, I am safe. Nothing's wrong. And it really does help, because I'll feel like something coming on where, I don't know, like my neck will start feeling really tight, like I can't breathe. Just randomly out of nowhere, like for any reason whatsoever. And I'll just start telling myself, my brain, I'm safe, I'm fine, this isn't real, and it'll go away. Okay? The first time this happened to me, I did not know what was happening to me. So I was freaking out, and I was making it worse, and my nervous system thought that I was in more danger. And guess what happened? I literally made myself sick. Our thoughts are powerful, you guys. Thoughts are so powerful. They shape our reality, and they have the power to create illness or to heal from illness. So we gotta make sure we change our thinking. This goes with anything you could be going through. This is what I'm going through, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it, because I know I'll get stronger. I know I'll get better. I know I'll come back better than last time. So this is where I'm at. Where are you at? Where are you at? What's holding you back? Is it really something that you can't control, or is it just your thinking? Is it something that you just need to change in your mind, your thought process? Or is it something that's actually holding you back? All right, so bottom line, no matter what you're going through, whatever's holding you back from making positive changes in your life to achieve your goals, to change where you are today to where you want to be, is one, knowing you will get through them, knowing you will get better, knowing you will become healthy again, knowing you will be able to overcome. Number two is accepting where you are right now, where you are today. Accepting that is really key. Accepting it, not letting it bother you, and not telling yourself that you're a failure. Very important. I actually forgot to add in the last 2 points, so I'm here a few days later recording this, which I actually feel much better at this point. But I'm going to go ahead with number 3. Number 3 is messages of reassurance and giving your nervous system messages of safety. Okay? This is true for a lot of things. We have to re-regulate our nervous systems whenever we experience a trauma or something in our lives that displaces things and we feel unsafe. There can actually be an effect on your nervous system that lingers. This is leftover energy. This is leftover. This is scars. This is This is leftover energy in the body that has to be dealt with, right? So in this ever-changing world of constant distractions, our nervous systems are overactive. We don't have very much downtime. We don't take down time to just sit with ourselves and regulate. This will change so much in your life if you can actually do this. This is a very beneficial and powerful practice that you can add into your life. Whether it's meditation, if you can sit for 5 minutes with yourself, whether it's doing some breath work, taking that time with just yourself without a phone, without distractions is crucial. But the messages that you tell yourself are crucial here to recover. You have to tell yourself that it's going to be okay, that you're going to feel better. These are messages that are necessary for recovery within the nervous system. And the last point I'll make here, number 4, is that you have to eat healthy, of course. How can you ever expect to recover from something if you're putting junk in your body? Foods that cause inflammation, foods that are unhealthy, foods that we're not supposed to even be eating, that aren't even food. How can you expect to have energy and feel better, your best? To correct these types of problems, I always recommend eating uncooked raw vegan. Because when you eat raw living foods that are uncooked, they are undenatured. They are in their natural form, their natural state. They are full of enzymes, life, and electricity, which will help give your body life when you ingest them. Remember, don't eat death to feel better. Eat life to feel alive. That's my motto. That's the way I'm living. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you like this video. I hope that it helps those of you who need help in these stressful times. And I also hope that you decide to subscribe to my channel, where I will be sharing more about my vegan fit lifestyle. See you guys in the next one.